We're doing a meal prep today, you guys, for the first time in like eons, it feels like. I'm so excited because it's my favorite style of meal prepping, which is to do it component style, aka making a bunch of different things so that you can put together several different kinds of meals throughout the week. We're gonna be focusing on really nourishing, high protein, plant-based recipes that are also anti-inflammatory. This meal prep should take you anywhere from an hour and a half to 2 hours. It's gonna make enough meals for 2 people for around 3 days or so. It's gonna be a good time today, you guys. So if you haven't already, subscribe below to Steamy Vegan. It's free and fun. I love to help people cook healthy, plant-based, delicious vegan things every single week, and you should join the fam. All right, without further ado, let's do some meal prepping. So first off, we're gonna make our lemony dill quinoa. Oh yeah, she's bright and fresh and tangy and so good and herby, and it's just gonna go really well with everything else we'll be preparing today. So what we're gonna do first is, if you need to, rinse your quinoa if it doesn't come pre-rinsed. Mine does. And we're gonna get 4 cups of veggie broth boiling in a pot or whatever. I like to use the Better Than Bouillon veggie stock paste. It's so easy. Just throw a plop into your water and stir it up until it dissolves. We're gonna stir in 2 cups of quinoa. We're gonna bring it up to a boil. Once it's boiling, we're just gonna turn it down to like medium-low heat, let it cook for about 15 to 20 minutes. In the meantime, while it cooks, all you gotta do is grab a big, juicy lemon. Look at that, that's like a perfect lemon. We're gonna zest the whole thing and juice the whole thing. We're just gonna obliterate this lemon. We're also gonna chop up about 1/4 cup of some fresh dill and about 2 tablespoons of some fresh parsley. Once the quinoa's finished cooking, we're gonna move it off the heat, let her chill for about 10 minutes, then we're just gonna fluff her up with a fork until she's fork and fluffy, and simply stir in the lemon juice, the lemon zest, the fresh herbs, and a little bit of salt and pepper if you feel like it needs it, and that's it. That's it. Once it cools, you can throw it in a container of your choosing. Now, of course, while this is all happening, kind of in between the cooking and the setting aside of the quinoa, you can work on other things, like getting your oven preheating to start making our roasted sweet potatoes. Yep, we're making some turmeric roasted sweet potatoes. I've got 4 here. Ugh. I don't know what the weight is, you do the math. It's probably about 3 pounds or so. I would have used more if I had more, but we're just working with what I got here today, okay? So I like to keep the skins on because there's a lot of nutrition in the skin, so just wash them really good. Keep them up into about 1-ish inch chunks, okay? We're gonna toss with a little bit of olive oil. You can always skip that if you're oil-free and just use soy sauce and skip the salt later. Like I mentioned before, we're gonna go with some anti-inflammatory spices. Things like turmeric, smoked paprika, garlic powder, cinnamon. We love those kinds of spices. I'm adding about a teaspoon of turmeric, teaspoon of cinnamon, and half a teaspoon of smoked paprika. It's gonna be really nice, rich, smoky, spicy goodness, but not too spicy, just spiced. You know the difference between spiced and spicy? Yeah. And then just give it all a good tossy. Ooh, that smells so good. Oh my God. So we're just going to spread these out over 2 baking trays. I like to line mine with parchment paper because turmeric stains the ever-loving crap out of everything. Pop those in the oven at 425 and roast them for about 35, maybe 40 minutes, just until they're fork tender. Give them a little toss halfway through, and then bada bing, bada boom, those are done. Then you can move on to our next roasted vegetable component, which would be all these carrots. We're gonna be turning these delicious 3 pounds of carrots into, again, some more spiced specimens. All right, carrots have been chip chopped into a bowl, kind of the same drill as the sweet potatoes. A little bit of olive oil, a wee little glug of some maple syrup, because you know, that's fun. Cinnamon. We're measuring with our heart today, folks. But for you guys who like to be specific, I'll leave some recommended measurements in the recipe. That's cumin right there. Some onion powder just to be different. Turmeric, little bit of salt, and pepper. And once again, we give it a good little tossy. Once the sweet potatoes are out of the oven, we're just going to remove the sweet potatoes, put them in a container to cool, and we're gonna transfer the carrots onto the same sheet pans, pop those in the oven to roast for about half an hour at the same temperature. Meanwhile, we're gonna make our lemon garlic tofu. Yes, we do have these 3 honky blocks of extra firm tofu that we're gonna use. But first, we need to make our marinade because we need to get the tofu marinating for a little while other things are occurring, okay? So in a jar or a blender, whatever you want, we're gonna add the juice of 2 beautiful lemons, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. This can be tamari if you wanna be gluten-free, or if you can find this brand, this is gluten-free soy sauce. It's really good, it's my favorite. We're going to mince or microplane 4 big cloves of garlic, because I don't mess around. If you can't kill a vampire, I don't want it. A teaspoon of dried oregano goes in, plus a little bit of black pepper to taste. And then I almost forgot, I like to add a little bit of nutritional yeast, maybe about a tablespoon or so. We're gonna seal the jar with a lid, or if you're doing this in a bowl, you can just grab a whisk, seal it really tight. We're just gonna give it a good shaky, and it should look something like this. Obligatory taste test, obviously. That's lemony and garlicky, oh baby. I love it. Okay, as for this tofu, we're simply just going to break it apart into little 1-inch chunks. This is just my favorite, laziest method of preparing tofu. If you're more of a chopper type of person, you can just cut it into 1-inch cubes, throw it in a bowl. Excellent, and now we're just going to take that marinade and simply pour it over. We're gonna use all of it because there's a lot of tofu here. We're just going to stir it all together, and we're pretty much just gonna let it sit here and marinate in the bowl. If you want, you can transfer it into like kind of a flatter dish, but it really doesn't matter. We're just gonna let this marinate until the carrots are out of the oven, because we need the oven space, or at least I need the oven space in order to cook my tofu. Okay people, thus far into the meal prep, I already have this enormous bowl of veggie scraps, and we're not even done the meal prep yet, okay? If you can relate to creating absolutely enormous volumes of food waste in a day, heck, let alone a week, lament with me in the comments below. But lately I've actually started kitchen composting at home in my kitchen. Go figure, with grand reveal, this thing right here. This is my awesome at-home kitchen composter from AIRTHEREAL, and they're the delightful sponsor of today's video. This is my R500, super small, compact but mighty food composter that I use now every day, and it's awesome. You literally just pop open the lid, dump your food scraps into the bucket, close it, hit a button, and in a matter of hours, it goes through the cycle of grinding, drying, and cooling your scraps into a dirt. Literal dirt that you can use in your garden, in your houseplants, in your potted plants. It's great. It's a rich fertilizer that you can get for free. I have found this to be very easy to use, pretty quiet, doesn't really create much smell, which is great. And so if you guys have ever considered kitchen composting, I would definitely recommend you guys think about getting the R500 from AIRTHEREAL. I've got a fun little discount code in the description box below for you to check out. Thanks to AIRTHEREAL. That's that. Let's go make some more food scraps, shall we? As we did before, once the carrots are finished roasting and they're fork tender, we're gonna swap them out, put the carrots in a container for them to chillax in for a while. You might wanna swap out your parchment paper because this is looking a little bit nasty. Then we're gonna throw the tofu on both sheet pans. We're gonna bake the tofu in the oven for about 40 minutes or so. You can flip it halfway until each side is nicely golden brown. And in the meantime, while the tofu's doing its thing, we're going to go ahead and prep the soy curls. We're making ginger garlic barbecue soy curls. Oh my gosh, these are so good. If you've never used or bought soy curls before, they're like the best thing since sliced bread. We're gonna use a whole bag today, folks. So into a bowl they go. In order to use them, we gotta rehydrate them. These are basically pure protein, and that's why I love them so much, and they really take on whatever flavor you add to them. Once these are hydrated after 10 minutes or so, we're just going to strain this over a colander in the sink and squeeze out any excess liquid. The more water you squeeze out, the more flavor it'll end up absorbing. Back in the bowl, and then I'm just gonna season with some garlic powder. Again, you can measure with your heart. Same with the onion powder here. I like a lot of flavor, if you haven't noticed by now. I go heavy-handed on the seasonings. Not gonna go quite as much with the ginger, but just enough so that there's a bit of a kick, you know? I feel like these 3 flavors will complement the taste of barbecue sauce really well. So we're just gonna add in probably about a 1/4 cup here, which is about all I have left in this bottle of barbecue sauce. I'm just gonna mix that all to combine. Oh my gosh, this should be really good. It smells ridiculous. And voila. This is giving like barbecue chicken vibes, but on steroids. Very garlicky steroids. So we're just going to take these over to the stove, get a large frying pan heating up with a little bit of olive oil or a neutral oil, and we're just going to kind of stir fry these up. This is our last cooked component, and it's our only hands-on cooking component pretty much of this whole meal prep, somewhat excluding the quinoa, but there wasn't a lot of hands-on, you know. I'm pretty much just cooking these over medium-high heat for maybe 10 minutes, just until they've kind of dried out a little bit and become more golden brown, maybe a little bit more caramelized and crisped on some parts. Pretty much until it looks like this. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. We got some nice golden brown bits on there. Perfect. These are done. The finish line is approaching. Okay. While the soy curls barbecue sauce their way to heaven over there, what we're gonna do is get started on our sauces. We only have 2 left, and it's really easy. We're gonna be doing, first up, a chimichurri sauce with my, I have quite an abundance of fresh parsley and a little bit of dill. This is not that common in chimichurri, but parsley is, but we're just gonna, you know, combine forces and it should be pretty grand. All you need is to grab yourself a food processor or a little bullet blender, and we're gonna add about a cup of parsley into the food processor with about a 1/4 cup of fresh dill. You can roughly chop them or just rip them apart with your hands. We're gonna drizzle in about a 1/4 cup each of water, olive oil, and some red wine vinegar. For a little extra kind of punch of savory, cheesy goodness, we're gonna add in about 6 tablespoons of some nutritional yeast, 3 hefty cloves of garlic. Oh my God, you saw nothing. And just for fun, some oregano, a little dash of cumin, and some red chili flakes for a little peppery punch. This sauce is so good. It's like just so fresh and bright and tangy and vibrant. It's gonna be good on literally every meal we eat this week. We're gonna just blend it up until it's still kind of chunky, still has some texture, but it's saucy. It's spoonable, it's scoopable. We don't want it to be like runny, but look, something like this, you know what I mean? Wow, the smell, the smell. Okay, we need to do an obligatory taste test. That is unbelievable. It's like basil's delicious Argentinian cousin. That came out sounding a little inappropriate. Oh well, gotta live up to the steamy vegan name. By the way, if you want your chimichurri to be a little less chunky and less of you know, a herby textured situation like mine is, you can totally blend it to be as thin as you want, but I like it kind of chunky and green. Moving on to sauce number 2, we're making a totally vegan Caesar dressing. I recently actually shared how to make this in my crispy tofu Caesar salad recipe right up here, or you can click the link in the description box below. Check it out. The crispy tofu fillets are life-changing. Anywho's, grab yourself, again, a bullet blender or a regular blender, and we're just gonna add all of the ingredients into the jug and blend. So we're gonna do some tofu. I usually do silken, but I don't have any, so I'm just adding a little tinier chunk of some medium firm tofu, a little bit of water, 1/4 cup of tahini, a couple cloves of garlic, the juice of a lemon, a tablespoon of capers, tablespoon of some grainy Dijon mustard, teaspoon of balsamic vinegar, a little bit of salt and pepper, and 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder. And then this is optional but fun. You can always add in some vegan Parmesan cheese, or if you want a more whole foods alternative, you can throw in some nutritional yeast instead. Blend until smooth. I repeat, blend until smooth. Oh, heck yeah, look at that. Creamy, smooth, pourable. Freaking unreal. The capers add that essential brininess that you would get from anchovies. The tofu adds a little extra creaminess and a little boost of protein, which is cool. And just the tahini is just, oh, so good. Don't skip this one. If you're gonna make any of the sauces, just for sure don't skip this one. Okay, we did the thing. We got the lemony herby quinoa, the lemon garlic tofu, the roasted yams and the carrots, the barbecue soy curls, and we got 2 delicious sauces. The hard part is over. Now let's move on to some of the different meals that I made throughout the week that you can too. Starting with dinner tonight, which is a barbecue soy curl Caesar wrap. Yes, vegan barbecue chicken Caesar wrap, let's go. Come on, beautiful, beautiful. If you guys love meal prepping, you should definitely check out my playlist for all of my different meal preps that I've done on the channel. Some of them are really in-depth, tons of different cuisine themes I've got, like Greek, Italian, Lebanese, Hawaiian, and more. I've got a few of them linked up right here and a few more in the description box below. Thanks again for watching and subscribing below. I love ya. Let's live our happiest, plantiest lives together, and I'll see you guys in another video real soon. Ta-ta! It's my dingle hopper.